All right, YouTube. So today's video, we're going to talk about how Sony actually is skimping and the Crippled hammer is out. And now Sony is actually about to get the scrutiny that they have actually, put on all other brands for the last 10 years because they were the only game in town for the last, the first 5 or 6 years. But now we have the big boys in town. So guess what? Sony ain't Sony anymore. And what you're getting is really run-of-the-mill stuff. And other brands are eating their lunch. So in this one, we're going to get right into the incredible debate about OpenGate, which I actually started here and actually challenged one of a pretty popular YouTuber because they keep claiming it's not important. Well, let's talk about why OpenGate is the future of video, especially on social media. And if you're not on that game, then you probably aren't going to be in the game anymore because that is the game and that's where everything is headed. And with that, we'll talk about where Sony is positioning themselves, where other brands are positioning themselves. And you let me know in the comment below if you're actually using OpenGate. If you're not, I question why not. Your camera probably doesn't have it. But if you're about to buy your next camera for a lot of video type of work, even if it's a hybrid camera, why would you not want OpenGate? Why would you want a camera and then stay without OpenGate for the next 5 years when that is going to be the latest, greatest breaking technology for the next 5 years? So with that, let's get right into the video. What's the video about? Sony released the A7V. It does not have OpenGate in there. Someone told me, you just take one of these things and then you just beat it to death. I beat it to death when I know that that's the future. Secondly, I also have been just as critical of Canon on many things. I beat them up quite a bit on their R1, right? There are a lot of things that were missed on the R5 Mark II. It's not perfect, though it's better than most other offerings out there. Same thing with R6 Mark III in my hand. Is this camera perfect? No, we're going to talk about that. But for $27.99 and $100 less than the Sony A7V, it blows it to water. But then you're probably gonna argue, well, the Sony has more dynamic range. Sure, at ISO 100 with a lens that is f2 or faster, ideal condition, and hopefully God puts a perfect situation for you to get those 16 stops of dynamic range. Which means what? You're gonna need one of these, a nice one, to give you that 16 stops of dynamic range. But if you're shooting at ISO 100, sure, you can get that. But if you're not, you're kind of shit out of luck, right? Because most people don't shoot at that. Most people are shooting at 2,000, 8,000, 10,000. Nowadays, 2 million ISO, right? Because we love to shoot everything in the dark. When there is no light, what do? Bump the ISO. We don't turn on another light because that's the video creation content that's out there today. So, and why is it the future? If you're watching this video right now, you're on YouTube. Out of this video, there's going to be most likely shorts that are created, all kinds of different things. And last time I checked, most people don't watch their videos like this on the phone. Unless it's actually on a stand, they're watching like this. They're watching vertical video is the future. It's not this. Long form content, if I want to watch, I'm going to go watch it on a nice big TV and enjoy it. Most people aren't looking at a 6-inch screen trying to, oh my God, look at the 4K content on here. No one does that shit. If you are, something's really wrong, right? Get a checkup from the neck up, and get a real TV. That's what I would do, right? Do that. Right here, this is more natural because most cell phones are designed to do this. Even iPads, most people don't watch them like this. Vertical content is becoming the big thing. So with that, when you look at YouTube, you look TikTok, you look at Instagram, if you're not making vertical content, you're probably not going to be in business for a long time, right? Because majority of the people that are on social media, and again, it does revolve around social media. And this is, again, we're talking about OpenGate. That's just one feature because I love to beat it to death, right? Let's talk about what happens. Typically, when you shoot video, this is what happens. I'm going to show you because this camera actually has OpenGate in it. And I've got a couple of things that have OpenGate. Normally, if you have a close-up of this screen here. All right, if you just watch this video for a second, you'll see the top and the vertical piece here it's on a 16:9 format, which actually gets rid of so much of the information. Now, a lot of people sit there and think, oh, well, what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is your entire sensor is not being used, right? 16:9 4K, 7K, whatever K video that you're doing, this thing here is discarded in that video. Now what happens when we actually shoot? Watch this. This is non-open gate, and now the same thing on the back of the screen, this is open gate. You see how it goes top to bottom. There's nothing being cut off. This is not a crop. It's actually discarding different pieces of the sensor. Now you're using the entire sensor all the way through. So when you want to make vertical slices of this video, you have tons of content on the top and the bottom, and you lose no quality. What a lot of people do is they get a video like this, 16:9, just like this, and then they slice it. There's no information on the bottom, no information on top. So if I were to take a slice in the middle, what do I got to do with that? I got to crop in and zoom in to fill that gap. Guess what you have to do when you do this? You don't have to do any of that. Why? Because you have the information on the top and the bottom. You get a perfect vertical slice. Bam, goes to Instagram, TikTok, wherever you want to go. And now all of a sudden, you got 2 million subscribers. And you don't have this in your camera? The largest social media platforms are YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, where content is being created, unless you know of something else that I'm unaware of, right? I'm a little bit older, but I get it. I'm not naive to this stuff. I'm not stupid. I see where it's going. The future is the 18-year-old trying to create content, shoot video, normally like this, horizontal, without having to shoot one camera horizontal, one camera vertical, and then I'll go and shoot 2 videos, edit 2 videos. Now I need 2 people to man 2 cameras versus shoot it once, use it for multi-purpose. Why would you not want that? And guess what? This camera actually costs $100 less than the Sony that just came out without this. Oops. Now you know why they're number one, and Sony ain't number one anymore. Sony's giving you what they want to give you. Canon is giving you what the entire industry is, where it's really going. So what did they do? But you can do 14-bit, 30 frames per second, right? You can do that. Wow. What a concept. All the DSLRs did that for the last 25 years. And what did Sony do when the Sony A9 came out? We're going to do 12-bit. Why? Because we want to shoot at 20 frames per second. And that was perfectly okay. So what did the content creator people say? There's no difference between 14 and 12-bit. Why? Because Sony did it. So what they want? They wanted the doom buggy rides. They wanted free cameras, right? So what they do? Trash everything else that was there. DSLR suck. We got to go to mirrorless. We got to do this. We got to do that. Every one of my DSLR videos has more views than mirrorless cameras. Nothing wrong with mirrorless. You're paying the same amount of money for this technology where it's all about speed. And now what's happening is it's all about video. So what does Sony do? I will give you 30 frames per second at 14-bit raw files. Okay? That's beautiful. My DSLR didn't do 30 frames per second, but it did 14-bit raw at its highest speed, no problem. We had that before. You're the one who went to 12. Your A1, your flagship, doesn't even do that. So what did they actually take? The A7V, they give you 14-bit raw, uncompressed, for 1 second. After that, the buffer fills up. That sounds like a hell of a camera, don't you think? I'm going to shoot 30 frames per second for 1 second. Wow, what a great idea. But when I dummy that thing down and go to 12-bit, what happens? I get more buffer. And this camera here, the R6 Mark III, still has a bigger buffer than that, even at 12-bit. So what did you really achieve, Sony? You got nothing up your sleeve anymore. You're charging people more money for these cameras than all other brands, and you're not even giving them the stuff. I'm going to leave you with something else. Open gate is very important for the future of video. And it is here to stay. Too bad Sony ain't going to play the game because the A7V is there. Now what are the creators going to do when Sony gives you a firmware update and puts Open Gate in there? Oh my God, Open Gate, without Open Gate, how did life, just completely, they'll speak out of their rear end on both sides. The same creator 3 months ago said, oh wow, it's not important. Now all of a sudden it's important. Why? Because Sony's doing it. Let's say you have the A7V. Let's say you bought it or planning to buy it. And you have all these third-party lenses, right? Millions of them because they have such vast lens collection. Like we already know that on the A7V, your best lenses can't shoot 30 frames per second. Why? They're crippled. Sony made that choice. They're not going to let you do it. What makes you think that one day Sony wakes up and says, hey, you know what? We're losing so much money on lenses. We're not going to allow third-party lenses to work like our native lenses do, and we're going to cut it off. And let's say you have 10 pretty expensive, third-party lenses and they no longer function the way they should. What are you going to do then? You're at their mercy. You got to buy their lenses. What I've been saying, you got to buy Sony lenses. Stop buying all this third-party stuff because the brands eventually are going to go there. At least Canon won't even let them make it. They're not crippling the mount like Sony is. The funny thing is, all Sony mounted lenses, Sony branded, third party, all of them, right? You put that on an Nikon camera, guess what happens? There's no restrictions, no limitations. It's almost better to buy those things and go use them on a Nikon camera. But I'm sorry, when you're buying a machine that can go 30 frames per second, up until now, the only ones that could really do that was your Sony A1 and the A1 Mark II. Now you have a camera, the A7V, which is a little bit more affordable, under $3,000 that does it. And guess what? It's crippled out of the box. Yeah, it's crippled out of the box on what the lenses can do. So the full capability of the camera cannot even be used. You don't have that on the Canon Nikon side. It's not happening, right? So what is a better system for you? I don't know. You tell me. Keep spending your money, keep being a fanboy, fangirl, all you want. But you mark my words. These guys, they've been around a long time. You will not beat them. It's just a matter of time. And in 5 years, they have taken the throne away, the #1 spot. What do you think they're going to do in the next 5 years? Now they're going to actually play with your happiness for a very long time to come. Lens after lens, body after body, that's going to come, right? Get what you need, and you're good to go. If you are creating a lot of social media content, get a camera with open gate. It'll make your life so easy where you shoot it once and you have access to be able to create video slices, shorts, long form, vertical video. You can do all of that from that one file. This thing shoots 7K internal. It really does. It's pretty amazing, right? So you pick your own poison. The other thing is you got a full-size HDMI. Out of this, you can record anything to a recorder. Can you do that on your A7R5? Sorry, A7V, not R5. Nope. Sony has it blocked. Why? Because it's going to cannibalize the FX2 that they came out with. So anyone that bought an FX2, I hope you're feeling pretty good right now. I would be really upset if I bought that 4 months ago compared to what they put into the A7V just 4 months later. Why? Because their cinema division doesn't even talk to their photo division at all. It's like two idiots living in the same building and they have no idea what the other is doing. So you bought a cinema camera for video purposes, and A7V has all these things that video things this thing has that this one doesn't even have, that you just bought 4 months ago. It's not like you bought it 4 years ago. And guess what? This one here, the new one, is only $100 more. I would be very upset, And if you're not upset, keep going down that path. Hopefully Sony works out for you in the next 5 years. It's not working out too well right now, guys. Social media is the future. And when it comes to photography-related things, all these cameras are damn good. You can moan, groan, cry, bitch all you want about dynamic range, all this blah, 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 blah. This one does 15 plus stops of dynamic range. How much do you really need? If you're missing that exposure more than 1 to 2 stops, you need to find a new career or a new hobby. You're missing it, my friend, right? Something's wrong. Get a light meter, practice, learn exposure. I've been saying this for almost a decade. So the moral of the story is Sony gets exactly a taste of their own medicine. What they have done to the other brands for the last 10 years and the folks that have supported their brand for the last 10 years, they're getting that. It's payback time. It's coming back to them. And it's just a matter of time till all these people that have these DSLRs that I've been saying start going into mirrorless. That wave hasn't even started yet. A very small amount has. When that happens, they won't even stand a chance. So with that, invest your money wisely. Don't fall for it. And if you're a third-party person, I would think 10 times before buying expensive third-party lenses, because there's no thought behind it when it comes to Sony or someone like that could shut off third-party access to that mount immediately. One firmware update and it's over. None of your lenses will work. What are you going to do then? You're done. You're finished. This is why I don't buy third-party lenses. Why? Because if Canon pulled that nonsense, do I really care? No, because I own Canon branded lenses. I buy their own stuff. So if you're in the Sony system and it's working awesome for you, buy Sony lenses. My Sony A9 II has Sony lenses on it. It doesn't have, like I said, all those other brands coming out of China on there. So with that, open gate is the future. It might not be the future for Sony, but if you're a content creator, You got to figure out whether Sony actually fits into your future. This is a pretty bold video. I'm not looking for Sony to send me anything. I don't need the gear. I can buy it myself. But enough is enough, and the truth needs to be told at this point. You actually just saw it here. Open gate is incredible, and I am actually shocked that these guys actually put it in here for under $3,000. Panasonic has been putting it in there. I was wrong in my video. I thought the Nikon, couple of the Nikons have it. Apparently they don't. I think it's coming to Nikon soon. The way they're going with red and all these other things that they're doing. So there's fierce competition at this point. Sony better buckle up, because now the A7V is already out, which means you're not going to see another A7 VI till probably about another 4 to 5 years. So enjoy open gate for the next 5 years while we enjoy it over here. I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.